Hello, everybody, and welcome to Homecoming 2022 as we have a doubleheader of basketball action here this afternoon. I'm Clarence Jones. Thank you for very much for joining us here on our YouTube page at Voorhees University Athletics and also on Facebook Live at Voorhees University. Of course, we have a great doubleheader of basketball action coming up. First are the ladies. The Lady Tigers coming into this matchup. Still only one win on the regular season after a disappointing loss back a few days ago against Bruton Parker. They lost by 50 points in a very uncharacteristic of gameplay by the Lady Tigers. But according to Coach Glover, they will be ready here this afternoon against Johnson Wales. Meanwhile, for the Johnson Wales Lady Wildcats, they started off the season with a win over Morris College. Then they followed that up with a victory over Virginia University of Lynchburg. And now they come here into the Tigers Den to try to get their third victory of this young regular season. Well, we should have a wonderful time here, but the keys to the game for the Lady Tigers is number one, they have to control the boards. Number two, they must not miss any assignments. And number three, let's see if they can do much better on the charity stripe than what happened a few days ago. Meanwhile, for the Lady Wildcats, they have a backcourt that can light it up. And we'll talk more about that with Dorsey. Dorsey, she is averaging in double figures, high in double figures right now. And we have a real true thing for the guards for the Lady Tigers. Right now, as we go back, we honor America, and we have the opening lineups and the start of the game right after this national anthem.
You see, by the dawn's early light, what so mighty we hailed, and the twilight's last gleam, whose broad skies and bright stars through the perilous night over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rippling come out bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors and star-spangled banner, wave. Oh, the land of freedom and the home of
Stirring rendition of the national anthem. Hello, everybody. I'm Clarence Jones. Welcome once again to Homecoming 2022. As the PA announcer, Willie Jefferson, will get ready to have the starting lineups. And we'll come back and we'll get ready for opening action here this afternoon. Lady Tigers trying to get their second victory of the season. Johnson and Wales, once again, already with 2 wins on the season, looking for win number 3.
And now for introducing the starting lineups, first round visitors from Johnson Wales University.
wearing number 2, Victoria Voorhees. Wearing number 3, Tanisha Dorsey. Wearing number 4, Jordan Durant. Wearing number 15, Sydney Wells. And wearing number 21, Joya White. The Wildcats are coached by Jill Dunn and assisted by Alexis Hampton. And now, your Lady Voorhees University Tigers. Introducing first, the non-starter. Wearing number 1, Felicia Myers. Wearing number 3, Felicia Hawker. 10, Zanaya Sibu. Wearing number 11, Elia Hall. Wearing number 12, and Twana Spell. Wearing number 23, Kiana Felder. Wearing number 25, Diane Dillon. Wearing number 30, Tatiana Davis. Wearing number 32, Aubrey Gallo. Wearing number 33, Mia Marshall. Wearing number 34, Avis Williams. Wearing number 43, Benaya Wright. Wearing number 44, Elise Goodell. Wearing number 54, Navira Wilson Lewis. Also, Destiny Owens, Asia Brown, Samara Duncan, and Amaria Tate. And now, your starting lineup. At center from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, wearing number 20, Alicia Carter. At one guard from Tallahassee, Georgia, wearing number 21, Tashia Buckley. At the other guard from Saleville, Georgia, wearing number 22, Rhodesia Ford. And one board from Sumter, South Carolina, wearing number 24, IG Ava Butler. And at the other board from Blue Street, South Carolina, wearing number 42, Asia Raphael.
All right, as you see the lineups, I will go ahead and let you know who are the lineups here. First off, for the visiting Johnson and Wales Lady Wildcats, we have at one guard position, as they'll go with a 3-guard rotation, Victoria Brody, the freshman out of Jamestown, North Carolina. Number 3, Tanisha Dorsey. And Dorsey is one of the players that we have to look out for. She is averaging over 16 points per game on this young season. At the 3rd guard, Jordan Durant. She is the leading scorer for Johnson & Wales. She is averaging over 21 points per game. She's out of Matthews, North Carolina. Sydney Wells, a good forward, as she's averaging over 14 points. And to round out the top 5 will be Joya White, number 21, out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. The head coach is Jill Dunn in her 2nd season. As we're underway, Lady Tigers control it. Lady Tigers coming out. Elisa Herder, as we have a steal early on. And in and out for Jordan Durant, but another opportunity for the Lady Bulls. Elisa Herder, Tashima Bunkley, Nadisha Ford, Inez Ravenel, and Inga IG Kokla. And that's the starting lineup for the Lady Tigers. As we play 4 quarters, each quarter, 10 minutes. As that shot is off, Ravenel with the rebound, and away we go. Once again, we welcome all of comments in the chat room, both our YouTube and Facebook pages, as that is off, but Ravenel puts it in, and that's the first points of the game. And it is 2-0. Lady Tigers on top. Lady Tigers with a little backcourt, and yes, a 10-second violation backcourt. So Coach Glover calling that early on here. And they lost to Bruton Parker a few days ago. They lost by 50 points. everything seemed off for the Lady Tigers. Let's see if they could get it together here this afternoon in front of the homecoming crowd. The shot put in is good there for Alicia Herder. So Herder with 2 points is 4-0 quickly. And once again, full court press by the Lady Tigers. Almost a steal there, but it go in down low, and the 2 points is there for Sydney Wales. Sydney Wales, who averages 14 points per game early on in the season. Wales will be some good competition down low for the forwards for the Lady Tigers. As Ravenel unable to hit. As we just played 2 minutes into this first quarter, it's 4-2. Lady Tigers on top. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That's short there for Victoria Bodie. Into the corner, Bunkley. She's trying to get going. Still a bit cold behind the three line, and a good block there by the Lady Wildcats. And back on the transition, and it's good. White on with the deuce. Once again, thank you for joining us. Let us know where you're watching us from. If you're pulling for the Lady Tigers or you're pulling for Johnson and Wales, let us know. Here's Ravenel in and out for the second time. Tied at 4 apiece. Oh, a nice play. As going back the other way, Dorsey. And for the first time, Johnson and Wales on top. Here come the Lady Tigers. As we are tied at 6. Shot no good there for Durant. Tied at 6. And Bodie picks up her first personal. And that is the team's first of the first period. Into the lineup, Melise Newbill checks in. As Newbill checked in for the Lady Tigers, Ty Bunkley out of the corner. Unable to hit. Here comes Wells. Wells backs in, can't hit. As we coming up on the 5-minute mark left in the first quarter. And we have another whistle, and that will be on Johnson and Wales. And that will be on Joya White. White picks up her first. And that is the team's second foul of the first period. And the pass is stolen there by Dorsey. Dorsey challenging all the way in between two Lady Tigers. And Dorsey, as I mentioned, she is one of the better players on Johnson and Wales as the ball goes out of bounds, and it will belong to the Lady Wildcats. 8-6 is our score with 4 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the first quarter. A little backcourt press. And looked like she stepped out. Yep. And that's their call exactly. As Bodie steps out of bounds. Lady Tigers forcing the turnover. In there for the Lady Tigers, number 10 with the ball right now, Zanaya Snow. Snow stumbles. And here comes an opportunity for Johnson and Wales. Back the other way, challenging and to the hoop and scoring. Durant. So Durant gets the bucket. And it is a 10-6 Lady Wildcat lead. Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Snow with the basketball. Give it off to Ravenel. Ravenel in the lane, puts it up with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Is no good. Sydney Wells come away with the rebound. Wide open for three. No good there for Bodie, but another opportunity for the Lady Wildcats. Here's Sydney Wells as she tries her hand at a three. Ravenel on the rebound. 3.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Fast-paced first quarter. Bunkley now 0 for 3 from the field. As we have a whistle as Dorsey goes down the lane. Ty Bunkley picks up her first, and that is the team's first. So at the line, shooting two, Tanisha Dorsey. So Dorsey is the senior, as she is second on the team in points per game so far on the regular season with 16.5 points. Dorsey right now has 4 points on this game, and she's looking for point number 5 and 6. Dorsey is the first. Johnson and Wales, they got to feel pretty good about themselves early on in the regular season after 2 victories early on in the season. And now looking for win number 3. Javia Lovett comes in for the first time for Johnson and Wales. Number 42 checks in. Zahara McKnight. Well, yes, Javia Lovett is in there as she picks up the foul. That's her first, team's third. Bunkley tries again, and we have a traveling violation. So no shot. So Ty Bunkley, she is a streaky shooter, but once she gets on, she's one of the hottest shooters in women's college basketball. But right now, she's been struggling here this afternoon, and she also struggled in that loss to Bruton Parker back on Thursday as we have a whistle away from the action. And this time it goes against Johnson and Wales. 3-second violation called against the Lady Wildcats, so the Lady Tigers will have possession. Once again, we welcome everybody's comments in the chat room. There's a 3-pointer on the way. No good there for Diamond Bullard. Back the other way. Wildcat, the Lady Tigers come back on defense along the baseline. And that is good there for Lovett. That's her first 2 points of the afternoon. And it's 14-6 right now. Lady Tigers are down to the Lady Wildcats of Johnson and Wales. Buckley, she gonna shoot again, and this time she hits. So finally, she's off the snide. Maybe that will get the juices going for the Lady Tigers, as that was a traveling violation called on Lovett. 14-9 is our score. Lady Tigers are down to Johnson and Wales. Wildcats, 2-3 zone defense shown by the Lady Wildcats. Ravenel in the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Bullard can't hit, as we'll have a whistle. That's coming down with the rebound was Herder. McKnight is called for her first foul, and already 14 fouls for Johnson and Wales. Here's Bunkley. Give it off to Bullard. As we're coming up quickly on a minute to play here in this first quarter. 14-9 is our score. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Bullard with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Somebody has to put it up. Bullard gives it off. Ravenel, count it, and one. Good vision there at the last 2 seconds of the shot clock. So Inez Ravenel with the first, well, she has 4 points and now looking for point number 5. Also today we have a couple of prep bands here. Woodlawn High School is here, as you'll hear from the pep band. And we have another pep band here in the house as well. So we got 2 pep bands, 2 high school bands. They marched earlier in the homecoming parade, which was a smashing success. Only 32 seconds left, and it is 14-12. Lady Tigers are down, but can tie it up here in the final seconds of the first period. Ravenel ties the game. Ravenel already the leading scorer for the Lady Tigers early on here in this ball game, and we're tied at 14 with 10 seconds left on the game clock. Here's Lovett, takes it out of the corner. Straightaway three-pointer on the way, no good. Bullard comes away with it, and at the end of one, after the Lady Tigers were down early on, they battled their way, and we're tied at 14 apiece. Inez Ravenel doing a good job on the point value. 7 points early on here for Ravenel. But this Lady Tigers team, they doing much better than what they did in the first period a couple of nights ago against Bruce and Parker. So Coach Glover got to be pleased with the fact that the Lady Tigers is coming out strong here in the first quarter. Once again, we welcome those of you watching us on our Voorhees University Athletics YouTube page and also our Facebook Live on Voorhees University. We welcome everybody's comments. Thank you, Jeremiah, for tuning in from Tennessee. Also, the Hunting Park Warriors, AAU, back in the house supporting Elisa Herder. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Sean Ford says, let's go Tigers. And of course, if we have any Johnson and Wales supporters, let us know as well. If not, this look like this is a straight Tiger, chat room right now. As we start the second quarter, tied at 14. At one point in time, Tigers were down 14-6. But since then, have made an 8-0 run, and they're still in the midst of a 8-0 run. Here's a three-pointer on the way. It's good there for Dorsey. Dorsey, the leading scorer so far for the Lady Wildcats. She has 8 points on the afternoon so far. 17-14 is our score. Lady Wildcats on top by 3. And sliding down and hitting the deck is Inga. And that caused the turnover. Back come the Lady Wildcats. Dorsey is fouled. So Dorsey playing very aggressive here in this game so far as Ravenel picks up her first personal. And that is the team's first of the second. Basket. Joya White picks up her second personal. So Joya White with a second personal, first team foul of the second quarter. And Diamond Bullard hits the first of 2. Diamond, 5'5", junior out of Newburgh, New York. Short on the second, but Inga cannot hit. Down to a 3-point Lady Wildcat lead at 18-15. Under 9 minutes to go. 3-point on the way is no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and that should and will belong to the Lady Tigers. So we finally have a Wildcat supporter in the chat room, Latasha Savage. Thank you for joining us here. And we also got Devin White, Wildcat supporter. Thank you for tuning in. And of course, all of our Lady Tigers supporters, thank you, as that pass was not handled right by Ty and back the other way and paying the price as Jordan Durant scores. And it's a 5-point lead. 20-15 is our score. As we coming up on 8:10 remaining here in the first half. And as Bunkley for 2 is not a 3. 5 points on the afternoon for Ty Bunkley so far. Here's the short range shot, and missing from up close is McDaniel. 20-17 is our score. As we coming up on 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, 20-17 is our score as Bunkley unable to hit that time. As with 7 seconds left on the shot clock, the Lady Tigers will have possession. Jonella Marie, thank you so very much for tuning in as she is rooting for her Lady Wildcats. They reset the shot clock now at 20 seconds to go. Go inside to Ravenel, back outside. Over to Ford. Bunkley. Three-pointer. Oh, way off. But it's off the foot of McDaniel. And the Lady Tigers will have another crack. Also, we have a lot of Lady Tiger fans in the chat room as well. Keontre Carter, thank you for tuning in as she is pulling for Voorhees University. Bunkley can't hit. So Bunkley, an up and down shooting spree in the first half. Oh, nice, but unable to hit was Dorsey. 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Inga thought about it. Along the baseline, ball knocked away, but into the hands of Ravenel. And Ravenel, the leading scorer so far for the Lady Tigers. Ravenel already with 9 points on the afternoon. And it's a 1-point Lady Wildcat lead at 20-19 as we're coming up on the 6.5-minute mark. Little chant of defense from the homecoming crowd. 2-3 zone defense for the Lady Tigers being shown right now. And that ball way off. I don't know if that was a shot or that was just losing the basketball. But back the other way come the Lady Tigers. Too strong off the glass. But the Lady Tigers will maintain possession. Lovett returns for Johnson and Wales, but before then, we have a timeout on the court. Johnson and Wales takes the timeout. It is 20-19 is our score with 6 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. Of course, we have a lot of activities going on here on campus at Voorhees University. We'd like to welcome back all of our alums that are here. And of course, those alums that are not in the building as of yet, but are watching us on our YouTube page or our Facebook page, thank you so very much for joining us. Of course, we like to welcome everybody in the chat room as well, watching and chatting at the same time. Ravenel unable to hit. 6 minutes left in the second quarter as we have a traveling violation called against Durant. So a fast-paced moving first half here. And looking into the chat room, Keontre says, yeah, her dad is Coach Carter. So, okay, we have a relative in the chat room. Thank you for joining me. As Ravenel puts it in. Ravenel now with 11 points and a backcourt trap and almost a steal by Newbill. And Newbill does come up with the steal. Under 5.5 minutes to go. Lady Tigers on top by 1, 21-20. Most of the game has been a Wildcats lead as they fall to the floor and a timeout taken by Coach Glover. So Voorhees take a 30-second timeout. 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the second quarter. It is 21-20, our score. Lady Tigers are up. Lady Tigers had to battle back here all game long. During the first period, they was down 14-6 at one point. They went on an 8-0 run to tie the score up at 14 at the end of one. Then, during the second quarter, once again, the Lady Wildcats went on a short run, and now the Lady Tigers have answered back, and right now they hold a 1-point lead at 21-20. This has been a close and good ball game here so far. And there goes a steal. Back the other way. Love it. Can't hit. Another opportunity. Nope. Here comes Snow. And a whistle against Johnson and Wales. Jayla Lovett picks up her second personal and team second of the second quarter. That was a lot of seconds I just said right there. Coming up on 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Snow, try her hand at a three. Nope. And the rebound goes into the hands of Benson, number 23, who's into the ball game for the first time for Johnson and Wales. Love it. It's blocked by Ty Bunkley. Good defense. Here comes Snow coming back the other way. Oh, and an errant pass, but it's recovered there by Ford. Three-pointer on the way, short. And a rebound goes into the hands of Jordan Durant. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Along the baseline, unable to hit was Lovett. So right now, both teams just a tad cold from the field. And another steal back the other way. Nice play, and it goes there for Dorsey. So Dorsey with the deuce. Dorsey now with 11 points on the afternoon. And it's a 22-21 Lady Wildcat lead. Not anymore as Ravenel puts the Lady Tigers back on top. Ravenel, she is the hot lady here this afternoon.
30 seconds.
13 points for Inez Ravenel. So Ravenel really coming alive. Of course, at halftime, we'll have the cheerleaders entertaining the homecoming crowd. Also, if you're just tuning in, we got not one but two pep bands here in the building. We have, well, excuse me, I was corrected. We have 3 pep bands in the building here this afternoon. 3. So if you hear a lot of loud horns and drums, it's coming from all sides here this afternoon. Sean Ford enjoying watching his baby play. Of course, his baby, Nadisha Ford. And speaking about Ford, she picks up her first personal, team second. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. 23-22 is our score. Lady Tigers are up by 1 as the ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Kokla. Two minutes and 44 seconds to go. Here's a three-pointer on the way. No good there for Bodie, but another opportunity for Johnson and Wales. As we're coming up on the 2.5-minute mark. And go inside. Oh, nice play offensively. And breaking free was White. So Joya White with her second field goal, 4 points on the afternoon, and then it's a 24-23 Lady Wildcat lead. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson and Wales. So the clock stops with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. So right now, here's Ty Bunkley. Gives it up. Here's Inga. Can't hit. Back the other way. Here comes Johnson and Wales. Will the basket count? As Ford picks up her second. And it seemed that will not count. So it was before the shot. Diamond Bullard checks back in for the Lady Tigers. 24-23 is our score. Lady Tigers are down. Here's a shot from the baseline. No good there for Lovett. As we come up on a minute and a half remaining in the first half. A closely contested game both teams are playing here this afternoon. And a steal. Coming back the other way. Here is Lovett. They bring it back out. Lady Tigers come back on defense. And a steal by Ty Bunkley. As we come up on a minute to play. Here's Ty for three. Got it! Ty Bunkley, her second three-pointer of the afternoon. And it's a 2-point Lady Tiger lead. You know, this is the largest lead for the Lady Tigers. As Bullard picks up her first. And the team's fourth foul. .54 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Bodie. He gives it up. Here's Dorsey. Dorsey. And a whistle. Oh, it looked like that might go against, yes, Bullard. So Bullard picks up her second. And that is the team's fifth. So that'll be automatic 2 shots. As Aubrey Callum, number 32, checks in for the first time for the Lady Tigers. Tanisha Dorsey will be at the line shooting 2. Dorsey having a good game here so far this afternoon. 11 points on the afternoon so far. Now 12 points for Dorsey. Dorsey, who comes into this matchup averaging just over 16 points per game, and she's well on her way of getting that average, maybe even some more. As I go into the chat room and check, Carter asks, who are the bands? One band that I do know of is Woodlawn. I will check to see who are the other 2 bands to let you know. $26 apiece. Here comes Callum. Aubrey Callum. Her first 2 points of the afternoon. It's a 2-point lead, and Inga almost came up with a defensive play into the ball game. Myers, number 1 for the Lady Tigers. Out of the corner for 3. Good. There for Dorsey. That's her second 3-pointer of the afternoon. It's a 1-point lead. And they will not get a shot off. So a good game here going so far. 29-28 is the score. Voorhees are down, but playing much better than what they did back a few nights ago against Bruton Parker in that 50-point defeat. So the Lady Tigers playing much better here this afternoon. But of course, this is homecoming, so they are going to play well in front of the Voorhees crowd. All right, so we're at halftime. Our score, 29-28, is our score. Lady Tigers, if they want to pull this game out, number one, they have to continue to do well on the boards. That's number one. And also number two, they got to continue to shoot well from the floor. Right now, the by the cheerleader squad. So let's go down and watch the performance. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I'll be out there right after I do stuff. All right, great. Welcome back here as we're at halftime. And our score right now is 28-29. Right now, the Lady Tigers are down by 1. And I'm screaming at the top of my lungs because we have so many pep bands here this evening. Wow. So somebody asked earlier in the chat room who are the pep bands that are playing from these high schools. Cross Keys out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but Hezbollah out of Augusta, Georgia, and the third pep band that's here is Woodland High School. So those are all the 3 pep bands that are performing here right now as we speak. But who else is performing at a good pace here? The Lady Tigers. Much better than what they did a few nights ago against Bruton Parker. The leading scorer for the Lady Tigers right now, Inez Ravenel, as she has 13 points. But right now, Dorsey is leading all scorers right now. She has 14 points, and she's well on her way of breaking her average of 16 points per game. Meanwhile, for the Lady Tigers must defend. They have to defend. They have to win on the boards in order to beat this Johnson & Wales team, because right now, Johnson & Wales defensively has been a very opportunistic team, causing turnovers. Meanwhile, for the Lady Tigers, which have helped them, was the defense of causing some full court pressure. So we shall see what happens in the second half, as both teams right now are out here getting ready to warm up. And let's see, will the Lady Tigers win their second game of the regular season, or will the Johnson & Wales Lady Wildcats win their third game of the regular season in their young regular season? So we should have a second half of great drama here. And of course, you in the chat room, and a special shout out to all of the students, because this production right here is put on by the Voorhees University students. So if it wasn't for the students, we would not be able to bring you this game, nor the men's game this afternoon. So right now, stay tuned as we'll have the second half for you coming up. Afternoon. Third foul. So Joya White with her third personal foul, and look like she'll have, and she'll sit out. So Ravenel comes into the gets the first. Ravenel hits both shots, and the Lady Tigers are up by 1, 30-29, as we're just underway, as we just played 30 seconds into this third quarter here. As they go back and forth here, two teams looking to win here this afternoon, and the foul counted and won. Zahara McKnight. Ravenel picks up her second personal, and that is the first team foul of the third period. So McKnight, the 5'10" sophomore out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, misses that one. So unable to hit the three-point play. But Johnson and Wales back on top, 31-30. Out of the corner, way off, but Ravenel give the Lady Tigers an opportunity. Fadeaway shot from the baseline that hits the side of the rim. It's picked up there by McKnight, and we'll have a whistle. Elisa Herder picks up her first personal, team second of the third quarter. To the basket. Too hard off the glass. Kokla comes away with it. Coming up on 8.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. 31-30 is our score. Lady Tigers down by 1 to the Lady Wildcats from Johnson & Wales, coming from Charlotte, North Carolina. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Bunkley already hit 2 3-pointers, make it 3. So Ty Bunkley, her third three-pointer of the afternoon, and it's a 2-point Lady Tiger lead as we have a whistle going the other way. And the Lady Tigers call for the foul. Inga Kokla picks up her first, team's third already, with 3 team fouls in this third quarter. Coming up on 8 minutes to go from the corner, no good. Coming up after this game, we'll have the men's portion of Voorhees versus Johnson & Wales. Here's IG, cannot hit. Another opportunity. So the Lady Tigers with offensive rebounds, and no good for Bunkley, but another offensive rebound and another opportunity. That was a traveling violation as Ford picked up her pivot. 33-31 is our score. Lady Tigers on top by 2. The largest lead of the game for either squad was way back in the first quarter when it was a 14-6 Johnson & Wales lead. Ever since then, neither team has set any distance from each other as we have a jump ball situation. The Lady Wildcats will remain with possession. They go in inbounds, 3-pointer, no good, and another whistle. This time, we'll go against Johnson & Wales. Sydney Wells picks up her first, and that is the team's second team foul of the third quarter. Hard to the basket, trying to draw the foul was Ford, but unable to get the whistle. Back the other way, too hard off glass there for Jordan Durant. Back up the court it goes. Ford there, puts it in. So Nadisha Ford, and it leads to the timeout. 35-31 as Coach Jill Dunn calls the timeout. So a timeout taken, and this is now the largest lead for the Lady Tigers here this afternoon, 35-31. As right now performing, if you can hear, Cross Keys High School out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the Hezbollah High School out of Augusta, Georgia. They have performed in the first half, and now they have left, so we're down to 2 pep bands. The Woodlawn High School and Cross Keys High School out of Atlanta, Georgia. Out of the timeout, Johnson & Wales down 35-31. Will have possession, and a little backcourt press shown here by the Lady Tigers. They showed that back in the first half and with some success in that backcourt pressure. They go inside, count it, and one. As McKnight puts it in for two. As Herder picks up the foul. That is her second foul. McKnight will try to complete the three-point play. Newbill checks back into the ball game. 35-33 is our score. Lady Tigers on top of the Lady Wildcats. And she's short. So the score remains 35-33, 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This is homecoming Saturday. Let's see if the Lady Tigers can get off the losing streak. Right now, they're 1-5 on the regular season. Oh, nice play by Ford. Nadisha Ford. Strong move to the basket. And it's a 37-33 Voorhees lead. The other way, in and out. Johnson and Wales was another opportunity. Under 6 minutes to go. Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. That was too high off glass. Ty, unable to hit, but Newbill comes away with it. Puts it back in. And Newbill, her first 2 points of the afternoon. Melise, the 5'8" junior, Georgia native. But, oh, nice move the other way for Dorsey. And Dorsey has put on a show here this afternoon for Johnson and Wales. It's 39-35. Voorhees on top by 4 as we're coming up on the 5-minute mark remaining in the third quarter. Here's Ford. And Ford starting to heat up now. That's back-to-back field goals for the young guard out of Snellville, Georgia, suburbs of Atlanta. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Newbill comes away with it. So right now, Johnson and Wales in the second half struggling from beyond the three-point line. Ford takes it all the way, counted in one. Ford, her third straight field goal. And with that field goal, it is 43-35 as Sydney Wells picks up the foul. That's her second and team's third of the third quarter. But Nadisha Ford has come alive here in this third quarter as she tried to give the Lady Tigers a 9-point lead. Nope. Ford now with 8 points on the afternoon. 6 of those 8 has come in the last few minutes. They go inside is Dorsey. Dorsey double team. Got to kick it back out. Shot taken, no good for Destiny Benson. Benson was trying to draw the foul. Instead, the Wildcats is called for the foul. McKnight is called for her third personal, team's fourth. As we have another whistle. And the officials are asking to reset the shot clock. So the shot clock is reset to 27 seconds left on the shot clock. 43-35 is our score. Lady Tigers on top. The biggest lead of the game for the Lady Tigers. They go inside. Newbill as the pass goes off her leg. Here comes Johnson and Wales. Here's Dorsey. Oh, Dorsey, pretty move once again for the young lady, Tanisha Dorsey. And Dorsey leading all scorers here this afternoon, as we'll have a whistle. Ty Bunkley picks up her second, team's fifth. So we have a 30-second timeout called by Voorhees. And right now, Voorhees, a lot of their scoring here in the last few minutes have come off of Nadisha Ford. As I check into the chat room, yep, Sean Ford, yep, all that training, and she's doing good so far. So right now, for the Lady Tigers, is really they need to close this game out, but you still have a lot of time to go. You got 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and then you still got all of the fourth quarter to come up. Shout out to Calvin Williams Jr. as he says, let's go Lady Tigers. Thank you for the compliment, Calvin. Appreciate that. And also shout out to the students that are bringing you the pictures here this afternoon. All of this production is put on by the students of Voorhees University. So please show them some love. Dorsey, she has been the hot Wildcat here this afternoon. And it's now a 43-39 Voorhees lead. 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Bullard. Bullard. Oh, they'll call a traveling violation. Yes, happy homecoming to all of our alums that has come back here that attend the game, or those who are unable to attend the game and are watching us on YouTube or Facebook. Happy homecoming. A little backcourt press. Here's Dorsey. Dorsey stopped from just inside the free throw line. Lady Tigers, an opportunity. Ford draws the foul. I don't know. It must have been something that Coach Glover must have told Ford at halftime, but she is playing much more aggressively right now. She is drawing a lot of fouls here in the second half. So Ford will be at the line to shoot 2. Opportunity to go into double figures if she hits both. It's 1. Ford with 10 points on the afternoon, and it's now 45-39. Oh, and a mental lapse as the inbounds person, that was Destiny Benson. She stepped into play, and that is a turnover. So with 2 minutes and 52 seconds to go, it's 45-39. Lady Tigers will have it. Or do they? Right now, the officials are having a conference, but I thought that Destiny Benson went. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Destiny Benson did come on the court. She was supposed to be the inbounds person. So now here are the Lady Tigers. Oh, and that's an errant pass. And here comes Dorsey. Dorsey, yes. Basket counts. And there goes a whistle. Oh, and we have up the court we have an injured Lady Wildcat. Victoria Bodie, a little shaken up, but she's on her feet. So I'm glad Bodie, she will walk back to the bench under her own power. So the clock stops with 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Lady Tigers are up 45-41. Here's Newbill. Gets it inside. Ravenel with an opportunity here. Puts it in over Sydney Wells. And Ravenel continues her hot game here this afternoon. 17 points for Ravenel, and it's 47-41. Lady Tigers defensively trying to disrupt what Johnson Wales got going on, and a nice defensive play for Ford and Ravenel. But let's see, they'll call the foul on Ravenel. That's Ravenel's third, and the team's fifth foul, so that's an automatic two free throws coming up. IG comes in for Ravenel. So Tenacia Dorsey will be at the line shooting two. "21 points now for Dorsey. Make it 22. So 22 for the senior, Dorsey, and it's 47-43, coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Not a three-pointer, but it's good from deep for Ty Bunkley. Excuse me, they will give her the three. So that is a three-pointer. So it's 50-43. I thought her foot was on the line, but apparently not. Not going to argue with the refs. It's 50-43. Boy, he's looking for more. Here's Ford, as we'll have a 3-second violation. So 3-second violation called on Voorhees. So Johnson and Wales down by 7. Try to cut this lead down as we're pulling up on 1:15 remaining in the third quarter. Levette picks up her dribble. And a bad pass, and Ty Bunkley all alone. Bunkley now with 16 points, and it's a 52-43 lead. And the defense for the Lady Tigers has come alive here in the late stages of the third quarter. Oh, and that's a traveling violation called against Jordan Durant. So Durant, she was thinking about it, and she thought too hard and too long, so she traveled. 49.7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Here's Ford as she controls the offense. Gives it up to Ty Bunkley. Bunkley, three-pointer's good! That is her 5th three-pointer of the afternoon. Bunkley has come alive here behind the three-point line, and a block! Bunkley doing it all. here in the late stages of the third quarter. 7 seconds to go. Bunkley, she might as well put it up. Instead, Ford, she has to put it up. Ford puts it up. No good, but what a good third quarter turnaround here for the Lady Tigers as they lead now 55-43, and they're up by 12. As we get ready to start the fourth quarter, of course, we have we'll take this time out. We'll take this time out, and we'll be right back for more Lady Tigers basketball.
Voorhees University has a long and storied legacy of excellence in athletics. We offer 10 sports as well as cheerleading and dances. Currently, we participate as a member of the Continental Athletic Conference within the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics. As we travel across many states in the Southeast representing Voorhees University, we need your support to help us continue to rise to the next level of excellence. To give, please visit voorhees.edu/givingtuesday, and you can also use your mobile device by texting Give on Tuesday at 71777. Thank you for your continued support, and go Tigers!
All right, we remind everybody, Giving Tuesday is coming up November the 29th. So we hope that you can contribute on Giving Tuesday. As we start the fourth quarter, 55-43, Clarence Jones here, bringing you all the action as we have the first game of our doubleheader. Coming up after this, we'll have the men's game of Voorhees versus Johnson Wales. Cross-court pass, here's Ford. Got to give it up. Bunkley out of the corner for three. Got it! Oh, Bunkley is on fire behind the three-point line here. It's 58-43, and the backcourt defense has caused the turnover. And Johnson and Wales look like they're starting to unravel just a little bit here, but still plenty of time left in the fourth quarter with over 9 minutes to go. Here is Ford. As checking into the chat room. Yes, Sean Ford. Yeah, they're playing a complete game right now. A much better game than what happened a few nights ago against Bruton Parker. Here's Ford. Ford with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Ford, stops, pops, and hits from close up range. Ford with 10 points here in the second half, 12 points altogether. Shot is up, no good. Another opportunity, and that's good. As Joya White hits her third field goal of the afternoon, and it's 60-45. Voorhees enjoying their largest lead of the game. And as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, now it's time for the Lady Tigers to try to close it out. They've played well up to this point. Oh, nice pass. Counted and one. Ford. She's unstoppable here in this second half. What a pass by Bullard. White picks up the foul. That's her fourth. So with 8 minutes and 7 seconds to go, Ford tried to complete the three-point play, unable to hit. But Ty Bunkley sticking her hand in it, and another opportunity for Voorhees. 62-45 is our score. Voorhees on top right now, under 8 minutes remaining. Voorhees looking for their second victory of the regular season. Oh, and a steal. Here comes Jordan Durant. Durant puts it in. So a much-needed bucket for Johnson and Wales at 62-47 with 7.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Here's Ty Bunkley. Ty to the basket. Got it. So Ty Bunkley and Ford, the main catalyst in the point production here in the second half, and it's 64-47. Spin move, Dorsey. Dorsey has been on it all afternoon. It's 64-49. Voorhees still with the lead. Here's Ford. Ford has taken command here in the second half, running the offense. Ford, oh, get out of her way, but unable to hit. Into the lane. Oh, off glass as McKnight. The bank shot was there. And it's 64-51 as Johnson and Wales, we have an injured Johnson and Wales player, but Inga takes advantage of that. Kokla puts it in, but right now the injured player, and that looked like Dorsey. And that is Dorsey, the leading scorer this afternoon for the Lady Wildcats, as she is down. Hopefully it's a cramp. It is a bit warm here in the arena. Well, it was 77 degrees outside, so a warm November afternoon, leading to some warm temperatures here in the arena. But I gotta say this to the chat room. It is great to have all of the fans here in the arena here this afternoon. Of course, the last couple of years, we've had either nobody in the arena or very sparsely crowded because of the pandemic. So it's good to see a lively homecoming crowd for the first time since 2019. $66-51 is our score. 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. Nice pass. As White puts it in. So White with 8 points, but the other way, Ravenel continues her hot afternoon. A near steal by Snow, but instead, here's a three-point attempt. In and out. 68-53 is our score. 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Ravenel backs in on White. Can't hit. Back comes Johnson and Wales. Johnson and Wales, they have to put on a run here, but that run will have to wait as the ball goes out of bounds. So the Lady Tigers looking pretty good right now. Coming up on 5 minutes go. Snow gets it off to IG. IG across the lane, puts it up, no good. Another opportunity for the Lady Tigers as Glover is yelling out reset. And the Lady Tigers reset. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Bullard. Give it off to Herder. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Snow has to realize this. Snow puts it up. And that is a shot clock violation as the ball did not touch the rim. And the Wildcats needed that as they're trying to cut in on the 68-53 lead as Newbill checks back into the ball game. Shot in the lane is good there for Durant. So Durant coming into this matchup has averaged 21 points. Oh, there goes a steal, but Bullard stole it right back, but we'll have a foul on Bullard. So Diamond Bullard picks up her third personal, and it's the team's first of the fourth period. Ty Buckley and Ford, the two hot Lady Tigers here in the second half, checks back in. And I would believe Coach will keep them in for the final 4 minutes. Again, thank you everybody who's been commenting so far. Voorhees fans and also the Lady Wildcat fans as well. As nice play there by Ford. So Ford keeping up her hot shooting from the field here in the second half. They go inside and outside, around the horn. Here's the shot, and a big three-pointer there for Jordan Durant. 70-58 with 3.5 minutes to go, and a whistle as Jordan Nelson, number 5, picks up her first personal for the Lady Wildcats. As Bunkley gives it off to Snow. As we have a traveling violation called against Ford. Also, what's going on this afternoon, because of inclement weather last night and the last couple of days, we got South Carolina football playoff action that's going on at the same time as these games are going on. You have Voorhees. Blocked there by Ravenel. Now finally controlled by Ravenel. So Ravenel doing it on both ends here this afternoon. Here's Ford. Ford brings it back out. 70-58 is our score. Cullum gets it off to Newbill. Newbill shoots and scores. Newbill, her second field goal of the afternoon, and that increased the Voorhees lead to 72-58. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the game. And off-balance shot is good for Dorsey. Dorsey is working on a 30-point afternoon as the Wildcats call a timeout. So we have a timeout on the court with 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. It is 72-60. Voorhees on top. And now with 2:23 remaining, and now this is the time for Voorhees to try to close it out, which they've had issues closing out games here so far in this young season. Stay tuned as we'll have the men's game coming up. So for those of you watching us on YouTube, make sure that you switch over to the link that says men's Johnson and Wales versus Voorhees matchup. For those of you on our Facebook Live, just keep it right there on Voorhees University as we'll have the game for you. But for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, once this game ends, this broadcast ends, make sure to switch over to the men's portion, which you can also find on the Voorhees University Athletics YouTube page. 72-60, 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in this ball game. Ford, who has had a nice game, and Ford draws the foul as Jordan Nelson picks up her second personal. Two minutes and 11 seconds remaining as Column gets it into Ravenel. Here's Ford, gives it up. Ravenel can't hit. White comes away with the rebound and a steal there by Myers. Gives it up. Ford off the glass, can't hit. And we'll have a whistle. And that foul will be called on Myers. Quinasia Myers picks up her first. And that's the team's second foul of the fourth quarter. As we're under 2 minutes to go, a minute 50 remaining, 72-60 is our score. Voorhees looking for their second victory of the season. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Aubrey comes down away with the rebound. Here's Ford. Gives it up to Myers. Ty Bunkley, who has had an excellent second half and broke out of her three-point shooting slump here in this game. Bunkley takes it in, too hard off glass. Ravenel is blocked. Back comes Johnson and Wales. A quick shot, no good. Rebound, putback is home there for Jordan Durant. Jordan Durant with 13 points. As we're at the 1 minute mark, it's a 10-point Voorhees lead. And the foul is called on Dorsey. Dorsey picks up her second personal, team's fourth foul. 55.3 seconds to go here in the ball game. Ten-point lead for the Lady Tigers, trying to close it out. Here's Ford, gives it off to Ty Bunkley. Less than 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Ty realizes it, got to get it up. Here's McCullum. Oh, nice pass with 1 second left on the shot clock. Ravenel puts it in, but good passing there by the Lady Tigers. Quickly the other way, three-point shot is no good. Shot clock is turned off. Lady Tigers enjoying a 74-62 lead. And looks like Ford may just dribble this one out. The Voorhees Lady Tigers do not have to put up another shot. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. That will do it. What a victory here this afternoon for the Lady Tigers as they come away with a 74-62 win. That is their second victory of the season, improving their record to 2-5. Meanwhile, for the Lady Wildcats, after starting off with 2 wins, has dropped their first game of the season, 74-62. A good game by both squads, but for the Lady Tigers, they finally close out a game. And big kudos to Ty Bunkley and also to Nadisha Ford. Those are the players of the game, along with Inez Ravenel. So the players of the game, Inez Ravenel, along with Ty Bunkley, who finally broke out of her three-point shooting slump. And you have to give it up to Nadisha Ford. Ford showed out here in the second half and helping her team to the 74-62 win. Once again, good game held by both squads. For a time there, both squads was going back and forth, but in the end, the Tigers hit their shots when they needed. Meanwhile, for the Lady Wildcats, they came up just a bit short. Okay, reminder, coming up, the men's game. You'll have to switch over once this broadcast is over and switch over for those of you watching us on YouTube. And make sure if you want to watch the men's game, we have a different link as we check in to the chat room. Hunting Park Warriors AAU. Yes, Ford was balling, and it was a good win. And I agree with you, Sean Ford. It was a good game. Eric, thank you for the compliment. The Lady Tigers finally closes out, and they come away with their second victory. As the men's hit the court, we get ready for the second half of our doubleheader. So make sure that you stay with us, folks. So we're going to wrap it up from here. So make sure that you tune over to the men's game on our YouTube page. Those of you watching us on Facebook, just stay with us. We'll bring up the game for you. But for those of you watching us on YouTube, we are closing out this broadcast here, and make sure you switch over. We'll have the comments of the coach, Edward Glover, coming up during our post-game show of the men's game. So make sure that you stay with us. So coming up, it's the Voorhees Tigers against the Johnson Wales Wildcats coming up here from the Dawson Center on the campus of Voorhees University. Homecoming 2022. Thank you for joining us here for the Lady Wildcats broadcast. We will end it right here, and make sure you switch over if you're watching us on YouTube for the men's game. I'm Clarence Jones, and thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you in the next 10 minutes or so on the men's link.
We are Voorhees University. Next level of excellence.
Greetings. I am Ms. Rachel Jones, the Director of Choir here at Voorhees University. I have the joyful privilege to work with our musically talented and gifted students. We have been lifting our voices, making a joyful noise in song here on campus, throughout the state of South Carolina, and abroad. However, this year we have been extended the most distinguished honor to perform on the world's most prestigious musical stage, Carnegie Hall. That's right, the Voorhees University Choir is going to Carnegie Hall in New York, New York. Now, this is a historical moment for our choir and the university, and you have an opportunity to partner with us to help us to get there because we need your financial support. Visit Voorhees.edu/Giving Tuesday, and you can also use your mobile phones by texting GIVE on Tuesday at 71777. Thank you for your support.